Oh, that's a huge question, right? But I'll try to condense it because I could take an hour just on that answer question right there. But
Mm-hmm.
I literally got in the mortgage business by accident because I got
Mm-hmm.
injured in the construction field.
Oh.
But I'm gonna take it back when I was a child. So when I was
Mm-hmm.
5 years old, it's weird, but I've always been the type of person I always like to dream big and always have goals and stuff. But at 5 years old, you don't understand what's going through and why you're thinking what you're thinking. Now that you're an adult, you can say, okay, I've always been this way. So since I was about 5 years old, I knew that I either wanted to be an architect, I love to draw, right? Or I wanted to do work in a finance, like with money, right? And back then, I mean, I didn't say architect or finance, right? That's like I just want to build houses, or I should draw little houses, or and I really like math and money, right? That was my favorite subject in school. So ever since then, so grew up. My mom was married at the time, and her ex-husband was in the construction business. So every summer, when I turned about 9 or 10 years old, he would be like, "Hey, do you want any shoes for new school? Like the school? You want any clothes?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, you got to come to work with me." I was the oldest of five, so I used to go with him. I remember the first time he took me to a job site and I saw he was a framer, right? He used to build houses. So I showed to the job site and I see a bunch of homes in sticks. They're just standing up. And it was like a kid in Disney. Oh my God, this is what I've been dreaming about. These are all the things I've been drawing. So fell in love with the trade, did it for years and years and years, graduated high school, I was gonna be going to college to become an architect. Through those years, one of his bosses really liked me. He's like, "Hey, so what is your son doing right in the summer?" He's like, "Well, he's gonna be going to college." Like, no, tell him to come work for us for the summer, and then I have a job offer for him. So he came home. He says, "Hey, James wants to talk to you." He did. I went to go talk to him, and I ended up working for him in the summer. He started showing me how to read plans, how to build homes from the bottom up, everything, everything. He used to build custom homes. Fell in love with the trade. I said, okay, I'm gonna go to school to become an architect. This is perfect because now I'll know how to draw them, but I also know how to build them, right? So did that. Did it for about 2 more years after high school, and then that was in New Mexico in Albuquerque. But I also knew that I didn't want to stay there forever because I'm originally from San Diego, but my mom took us there when I was about 12 years old, right? So I wanted to come back, so I did. I moved. I called one of my uncles, came back to San Diego. Then my family followed, my mom and everybody. But I started working in construction while I was looking for a job and going to school. So got into a construction job, and then I got injured, like literally a few months later. I got injured, damaged my back, had a knee. I was on workers' comp. It just got ugly. And then it came to the point where I couldn't return to work. So the doc said, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna send you to a counselor because I mean you're too young. You're gonna beat yourself up. Go back to school." So I went to see a counselor, and the state paid for all my schooling. And they're like, this counselor said, "Hey, we're gonna give you a test." So they gave me an assessments test, and I scored really high in math. Right? And he's like, "Hey, you're really good at math, and there's this program that just came to San Diego. It's brand new, and the real estate market is super hot. And this is about mortgage processing and underwriting." He's like, "You should go check it out." I was like, "Okay, I'll go." Did the tour, went there. They explained to me the program. Loved the equations and the math and the debt income ratios and all that. I'm like, "Oh my God, like this is what I've always wanted to do as well." So literally got into it, took the program. It was a 1 year program, then plus a 6 month internship. And that was with the boom in 2003 when real estate, which is booming, like it is booming right now. And I ended up graduating, getting my license, becoming an originator, a loan officer. And here I am 17 years later, doing my dream job by accident, right?
Wow.
So, and I've been a top producer now in my county, in the country for the last 7, 8 years in a row. And I've been super blessed to come across people that have inspired me, motivated me, coached me, helped me, pointed me in the right direction in my throughout my life. That I'm blessed I am where I am today. So
Yeah,
that's how I got into the business, and that's what got me to where I'm at today.
that's
Literally.
awesome. Awesome,
Uh,
yeah. That's so cool. Is there? Any advice you would have given your 17-year-old self? Not necessarily saying you would change how you did things, but maybe like, hey, you might have to go through some things. These are some things to remember, or some things that maybe you could work on.
You know, I want to be 100% honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I would have changed anything that I've done,
Yeah.
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Maybe the only thing that I would have done different, there is one thing, now that I think about it really good,
Mm-hmm.
is putting ink to paper on my dreams and goals sooner in my life. Because even though I got into the business, my dream job at a very early age, I
Mm-hmm.
think that other things that come with it would have came maybe sooner or faster or easier
Mm-hmm.
had I put pen and paper together and wrote them down and post
Mm-hmm.
them, right? Because I started doing that probably, not probably, I know exactly. I started doing that in 2009, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I went to an event and I met a gentleman and did a speech on stage, and he talked about dream boards in the book The Secret, right?
Mm-hmm.
And inspired me to do a dream board. And ever since then, I've been doing dream boards. I do them with my team. I do them with my wife and my kids. And every year we do them. And I can tell you that 99% of those things that I put on the board come into reality, right? 99% of the things that I put ink and paper to come into reality, right? And that's the only thing I would have told my young self at 17 years old that I would have done faster. Because another thing that this guy taught me that I heard about his speech is that, the weakest ink, and it's always stuck with me, the
Mm-hmm.
weakest ink is stronger than the strongest mind. Meaning that, oh no, what do you want to do in life? Oh, I got it all right here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got it all right here. No, those things go, right? But if you
Yeah.
when you put ink to paper and you write them down,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is magical. It just
Yeah.
comes. And
Mm-hmm.
if you write it down, that means that you can really visualize it because you're
Mm-hmm.
thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
And then if you post that up and you look at it over and over every day, or it just things come to reality.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing I would have told myself. I wish I would have done that at 17 years old.
Yeah, that's really great. I definitely understand that. Um, it's better. People think that you can just leave it in your head and it'll stay there, but to have it, maybe like print out a picture or you write it down and you just post it and you look at it every day. It's a constant reminder of what you want to do, and I think that's really great. So thank you so much.
Ah,
Is there anything that you would say to other 17-year-olds out there? Maybe just a small piece of advice that you'd say, obviously other than the dream board, any quotes you would like to add, anything like that?
yeah, dream big.
Mm-hmm.
Always dream big.
Yeah.
You know, um, I've had, like I said, I've had the blessing to come across amazing people in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I've had a couple great, amazing mentors. And my current mentor, I mean, Rick Ruby. It's, I mean, it doesn't get any better
Mm-hmm.
than that, right? But
Yeah.
you know, I've learned from him. Like if your dreams don't scare you, they're
Yeah.
not big enough. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so you know, I tell my children right now at age, I started kind of programming, let's say, or
Mm-hmm.
coaching my kids since they were little, right? So, I would tell them again today, like, hey, write down your goals, right? Put
Mm-hmm.
your dream board,
Yeah.
but you always have to dream big, right?
Sure.
Don't let anybody tell you, don't let anyone tell you you can't do something.
Mm-hmm.
Do not. The only reason they're telling you that is because they can't do it themselves.
Yeah.
The reality, that's what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
Definitely.
Some people don't like to see the success of others. And because of that, they tell you that you can do it, but they're really
Mm-hmm.
talking to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that really can do it's them. So don't
Mm-hmm.
let anybody tell you you can't achieve anything. That's just the bottom line. That's how I live my life. I have some core values that I run my operations by, my life by, and it's always about dreaming big and having a clear why. I
Yeah.
think that we hear this often enough and from other people, but sometimes you don't understand what it means. So
Yeah.
having a clear why to me is like what gets me out of bed every day,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it cannot be money. I mean, it has to be bigger than money. There has to be a
Sure.
bigger purpose. I mean, when you're young, yes, it's about the money and I want to have this and I want to buy this car and I want to buy that. But then you come to an age to realize like, dude, it's not about the money, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's about the feeling and why you're doing it and the real purpose, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
money can come and go, but it has to be something bigger than just money
Sure.
long term,
Mm-hmm.
to get you out of bed and to get you to do the things that you need to do to
Mm-hmm.
achieve whatever your goals
Mm-hmm.
are.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does
Yeah.
definitely. The have to
So,
have the drive for something,
yeah.
want to push through even hard days, and people who say no and stuff like that is definitely you want something really strong to keep you grounded and keep you going.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the only thing that will keep anybody
Yeah.
going, right? Like, hey, I want to be a professional athlete. Great. That's your why. Post it
Mm-hmm.
up. Do it. Wake up at 4 a.m. Do what the
Mm-hmm.
professional athletes do so you can become a professional athlete, right?
Yeah.
Bottom line, be willing to do what it takes to achieve your dreams and goals. And don't let
Mm-hmm.
anyone tell you you can't do it.
Yeah, that's great. That's really powerful stuff. Thank you so much for sharing. Is there any last thing you'd like to throw out there before we wrap this up real quick?
Um, well, I mean, there's a ton of things that come to my mind, right? But once again, just have a clear understanding where you want to go in life.
Mm-hmm.
Have a clear understanding of your goals.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And put a plan to it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you something that I have in my walls real quick, if I may.
Yeah,
I
of
have that
course.
quote right there.
Wow.
If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, but you never change the goal.
That's
Right.
awesome. That looks so nice.
So I always try to surround myself with some good quotes that
Mm-hmm.
trigger my why,
Yeah.
that trigger the goal, that trigger the why, right? Like I have a saying right here up on my wall, in my door, that says be obsessed, right? I have that on my little things like this makes a difference to me.
Yeah.
Like in my AirPods, right? I have be obsessed,
That's cool.
right? So I have be obsessed right there. I have be obsessed right here. I have be obsessed sticker in my car. That triggers to me my why.
Mm-hmm.
Be obsessed, be relentless, do the do, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want that result, you got to be obsessed with it. You got to
Yeah.
do it no matter what, right? I have another saying that says up there, I surrender, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm surrendering to a process, which my mentors taught me to surrender to a process, be willing to do the work, be obsessed, dream big, right? So those are my final thoughts. Like anybody
Mm-hmm.
wanting to do whatever it is in life, be obsessed with it and do it, and
Sure.
be willing to do whatever it takes to accomplish that. And I'm talking, I mean, it doesn't, like I said, don't tie it to money. Like,
Mm-hmm.
be happy with what you're doing. Don't do it
Yeah.
for other people. Do it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do it for you, right? And that's it.
Wow.
Don't compare yourself to anyone. That's another quote that I learned last year from a buddy of mine. The thief of joy is the comparison.
Mm. Yeah.
When you compare your life or you to someone else, you're stealing from yourself.
Yeah.
No, that's his goals, that's his dream, that's his life. Worry about yours. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you. This is really
Yep.
powerful stuff. I can see myself using that in the future. So this can definitely help me a lot. So I really appreciate you taking the time and teaching me all these amazing things. And so thank you so much.
No, you're very welcome. I'm glad I could help you out, and feel free to reach out to me anytime. Anything I can
Of
do for
course.
you.
Thank you.
I'm here. So
Awesome.
yeah, don't take no for an answer. Go get it done.
Thank you.
You can do it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your time today. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.